Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's podcast, episode 75. My name is Victor. I'm one of the trainer of UBEX Academy. And today we'll share something very interesting, which a new topic where I believe that you guys have not heard before. So basically, today I'd like to share with you why exchanges will dominate the financial industry. As we all know, now it's getting more and more exciting where everyone has been talking about crypto, blockchain, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and etc. So, what is it all about that creates such excitement, and who actually benefit the most? So, for those of you who have no idea or do not know who is the actual winner, or a question that you may think that who actually benefit the most. But then again, we will share today what is your thought and what will you get from today's sharing. And this is you can understand and picture and visualize who right will actually benefit the most. So for those of you that is listening to today's podcast, and for those that listening live, thank you for joining. And for those that have not joined our official media, come and join us in our Telegram group where you get to know updated information and also news of UPX Exchange. So for those that find today's podcast is interesting, please do join us every 8 p.m. daily, right, where we have all our trainers be sharing about different topics of our UPX podcast. So today, we'll be talking about why exchanges is the future. So let me share with you with some ideas why crypto actually started. So, what actually triggers why this exchange or why crypto actually existed? So, basically, it all started when the financial institution fails to deliver, or it's been a downturn where it created the financial crisis in 2008. And do you all know what happened in 2008? For those that know, wow, you guys definitely have been through that situation. Or for those that don't even know what happened in 2008, let me share with you which financial crisis it happened that create the first economic crisis that shaken the whole world during that period of time. So when that happened, created a global stock market crash. A lot of people went into debt, and a lot of people unable right to pay as because they have been borrowing money to buy stocks exchange, and point of time stocks exchange is doing very very well, and I'm sure everyone was so happy, and it became a trend that they borrow from the bank to buy stocks. At that point of time when global stock market crashes, that is the worst time ever, because why? People are deeply in debt, and not only that, people are actually suiciding because of all these factors. People is so suddenly in shock when this happened, because it was never expected to be happen. And not only that, right, it created Lehman Brothers to file for bankruptcy, right, American International Group, all right, facing financial crisis. And these are the cases that actually happened in 2008, where traditional finance actually fail, right, to deliver or do their part in their financial system. So this is why centralized is actually meaning that it's actually controlled by an organization or an entity. But all this thing happens that there is, all right, there's no fail of human error at that point of time, and they foreseen, all right, they forego and did not expect this financial crisis to happen. As we all know, all right, since 2008 and before, everything is going smoothly and no one expect this downturn or this major fall. And this actually created a wake-up call where an entity actually started and built Bitcoin. in the same time to actually, all right, to break free from the traditional financial uh, system. All right. So this is why Bitcoin is created to actually counter to break free from all this financial banking. So it all started, all right, when 2024 ETF of Bitcoin is the first to be released as the ETF. So basically, what ETF is actually you are able, all right, to use your Bitcoin to pledge in order to exchange or to buy stock. Okay, so it did not receive such a very big news, all right, from the market or I would say people, all right, because why at that point of time, Bitcoin is not fully developed, I put it that way, and people have not looking. In fact, did not half of the world is did not look into Bitcoin at that point of time until ETF news actually starting to share to everybody, and then it create excitement where wow, those people that is holding Bitcoin, they are able to finally cash out or they're able to pledge to get a real monetary asset, right? That I put it that way, where they can actually buy stocks in the exchange. So this is something very, very big news because this is actually realized, all right? It realized and people acknowledge, all right, Bitcoin, all right, as an entity. So and as asset, all right. And that point of time, it's actually a big turning point for cryptocurrency. And not the less, all right, we all know Donald Trump, all right, has been a very pro support, all right, in cryptocurrency. Who doesn't know, all right, who is this guy, all right? So this guy, at first, he do not believe in crypto, but in the end, now he's a strong believer, all right? He even did many, many changes when he get to be the president, right? So the formation he did was he governed, all right, he created a crypto government, all right, and then he did Bitcoin strategic reserve plans, and so many things that he actually supported, all right, and created the opportunity for cryptocurrency to come on board. So when this happened, all right, a lot, a lot of public people they get to know what is crypto all about, and this is the point of factor that I like to let you know. When everyone get to know about cryptocurrency, they tend to actually be involved. Okay, let's say, all right, today, everyone that is involved, what do they need in order for them to cash out? They actually need an exchanger, right? This is part where exchanger comes in a very, very important part where how, all right, they are going to dilute or not liquid the coin, and it actually appears into your bank account or into your cash. So this is why everyone is actually looking into exchange. And this is actually a very, very important factor. And this is why exchange will be a primary bank. All right. It will be a sub uh, it will be a substitute, right, for bank at that point of time because why everyone will need a bank to withdraw, correct? But if you enable for you to withdraw, you need to have your coin to be able to sell off. And the only way you can sell off your coin is in exchanger. So this is a very, very good turning point where everyone is actually starting to move out from traditional banking into cryptocurrency. So a part of that, right, being said, so many people is actually exposed, all right, or they're actually going into exchange. So do we all know how exchange actually generate their revenue? So not only by people using the exchange, all right, there are many ways, but other ways that exchange can utilize this benefit. As we all know now, all right, bank has many ways of doing revenue. For example, lending, all right. You go borrow money from bank, they charge you interest. And not only that, they will use your money and go and invest in other corporates or shares in the business, correct? So primary bank make money from two ways: from the interest they charge, and also the profits or gains they get from investing outside. Okay, so same as exchanger. All right, exchange also charge, but where do they charge, or how exchange actually generate their revenue? By trading fees, buy and sell. So as long today you buy or sell of any coin in the exchange will definitely make profit of it. Okay. A very, very good example, right? As we all heard, so many exchange in the world. Let's choose, all right, the top three or top five. In 2017, when Binance established, all right, and up to that point of time, okay, now, total there is 250 million people. So that is a very, very good. And plus, we believe that with 250 million, easily just 1%, it's already to 2.5 million. Okay. That is the user that we actually talk about. Just imagine that user, this amount of users actually did average daily trading, yeah, at 33 billion. So just imagine from this transaction of 33 billion, we only need to make 0.1 cent. All right. It's not a lot. All right. Just 0.1 cent. But the quantity is a lot. So this is their daily amount of money that they make. Okay. And from there, they actually conquers over 35%. Okay. And OKX, right, with just 50 million, they are actually making 5.2 billion trading volume, right? And Coinbase is actually doing 6.3 billion per transaction, trading volume. Okay. So just imagine just a small portion of 0.01 cent. All right, instead of 10 cent, go 1 cent. So that is how much they earn daily. So this is why the amount by just only by trading, yeah, it's crazy because it's they are doing multiple trading, multiple transaction in minutes, all right, in second. In fact, with this, all right, especially now we have AI trading, bot trading, it's even faster. So this is a very, very good opportunity where, especially now, right? This is why Exchanger is developing and actually creating more and more revenue as every year coming by. Because why? Every year there is definitely an increase of users or people to get to know about crypto. So this is why I mean, putting your money in exchange is really a good idea because why from here you can actually know, right? This just one factor is already creating a crazy money, right? Not only this, there are other various, for example, like Launchpad, all right, and IEO, okay, initial exchange offering, right, and also standard listing fee. So basically, this two actually occurs by when you actually promote, or put it a simple way, when you are a bank and you invest into other business module, or people borrow money, all right, from the bank to develop, all right, that's small to incubation, all right, similar to Launchpad, which you borrow, you help them by financing them, right? You can build up their business, you borrow money from you, and you charge them interest, right? And standard listing fee, all right, where you see that today I want to get my this company to go IPO. I want to be listed in the exchange. All right. We definitely know Nasdaq. All right, is one of the exchange in the world. So if in order for you to be listed in Nasdaq, you will require some fees. So it's also applied to the same exchange where we do charge certain fee for them in matter of monetary or USD, or either in coin value. So these are the second exchange. Just imagine bank has its bank uh, ways of generating revenue. In the same time, they are also making money from the exchange. But in crypto exchanges, you're putting two things into one. Don't you think it's even more crazy? So like this, they're actually doing launchpad and starting to see. This is why exchange is actually I'll put a revisionized, a real next level, right? That should be higher than institutional banking. Because why that point of time, right, there is no proper or benchmark or ruling or justification of how exchange will work. But at that point of time, exchanges with multiple people when they develop and research, they get to rip the whole thing together and they put everything together. And this is why exchange at that point of time is very, very profitable. And this time also, with so many people, all right, get to know about crypto. When there is users, there are always an opportunity. When there is an opportunity, people will do business there because why everyone is focused at that user, right? So user follow and go to crypto. So in today, if I'm a business owner, where will I go to? I definitely go to the place where there is a lot of people. Why that it will be easier for me to market to share my product. So when that happen, definitely project increases. Correct? There will be a lot of people who like to go for listing. When that thing happen, listing increase. This proves to be what people wants to be listed in exchange. So when this happen, exchange actually benefits in many ways. Number one, you exchange get to benefits from the multiple users actually come and use in exchanges. That is the first increase. Second, project owners they want to be listed. They want to be collecting their IPO, all right, but in cryptocurrencies. They are going for listing. They will participate in the exchange to be listed in the exchange. So that point of time, project goes up. When project goes up, our listing goes up. The number of companies or number of projects that actually go listing goes up. When all these three factor goes up, who benefit the most? Which is the exchange. Why? For these three factor, each of individual factor it benefits the exchanger. So this is the wow factor that how exchanger is keep on growing and growing and growing. And this is why I would say UBX exchange has the potential to be one of the five. Because why? With all these things incubated or all these things in place, it actually creates the opportunity, all right, where UBEX has something in unique that other exchanges don't have. So this I want to share with you guys later on as behind of my slide. So now, as you see, by these three, all right, factors, it's already a mind-blowing phenomenal. Why? With just these three, they are easily making hundreds of millions yearly. Not only that, we will also have some related people or say strategy partners that actually came in place to help UBX exchange. Okay, so before we go to that part, let me further continue. What else? All right, exchange can actually generate profit from. As we all know, all right, there's also staking and mining. And normally this usually you users use asset, all right, to actually do staking. And mining in return, you get a specific token or coins, all right, or either you can stack in return. You are actually putting FD, all right. Very easy to compare with staking and mining is imagine yourself putting a sum of money into the bank, keeping it for a fixed deposit return. Okay, so that is the same thing as stacking. Lending service, all right, similar. I believe you guys are very clear how lending works. Basically, you borrow the money, all right, you lend from the exchanger. In return, you pay the interest. All right. Financial products, earns and saving. All right. Basically, you can do community reward, etc. High leverage fee. All right. Liquidation income. And so these are the derivative tradings. All right. So liquidation also affects. All right. Your trading fee because when you times five times 50 or you times the multiple. All right. It counts the trading fee based on that value, not the initial value, but the future value. If let's say times five, whatever your trading fee is times five. If you times 100, your trading is times 100. So it's based on the multiple. So this is why it creates so much transaction in a point of time because future is a very, very attractive tool. I'll put it that way that many people actually plays future and future. Let me remind, it is also a very profiting tool, but at the same time, it's also a very very risky tool. So we should actually know what we're actually doing and actually learn and through experience, how we want to manage our futures. So, example, all right, an exchange that managed to pull off, all right, from 2017, all right, to this moment 2025. So we did a comparison, all right, by just 2017 when Binance started, all right, in the early stage, they only have 500,000 users, all right, at the point of January 2018. Okay, they are not even in top three, right? In fact, during that point of time, struggle period, they were banned and blacklisted by China. So China is being one of the largest crypto market at the point of time. They were blocked out of it, and they managed to pull through, all right, and also faces federal charges from fraud and money laundering. But at that point of time, we do not actually have a benchmark. Okay, I put it Binance as a pioneer. When that point of time, they do not have a benchmark saying what is right, what is wrong. At that point of time, we only think that how this crypto can actually make money for us. Okay? And hence, we believe through many ways throughout the time. So they are actually benchmark and laws to actually to justify to actually to make crypto work out until the point of time that ETF is actually being approved. So we can say there's the regulatory system coming in place, all right, where the governments into crypto that are coming in also. So this is really to keep all right exchange intact where they do not violate what the financial institution has been trying to keep. So this is why money laundering is a very, very serious issue. So definitely we do not it's hope right that exchange will actually use this opportunity to break. But of course then that is the regulatory side. So skip that part. Okay. So we come back to our slide. As you can see, in 2023 to 2005, which is present, from 500,000 users with a short period of 7 years. All right, I'll put it 7 years. They have managed to create a registered user up to 240 million users. Right. And they are now currently being number one exchanger with the biggest liquidity hub for crypto. So, as we all know, now Binance is being very, very famous and not easy, all right, to able, all right, to get Binance, all right, because now, because of the regulatory and restrictions, there are many countries they are not allow Binance to be there. But then again, there are many, many opportunities for exchanges to actually climb up. We never know that one day UBX, all right, will be able to achieve such a combination where recognized by the whole world. So now, all right, let me get back, all right, how can we relate, right, this exchange being so profitable, right? How does it affect UBX? So let me share with you, all right, what is the similarities between UBX exchange with other exchanges in the world? So what makes UBX exchange very interesting is that they already have a regulatory license from Canada, Australia, and United States. Furthermore, you have a registration, all right, in USA, all right, that they filed for the listing, all right, in Nasdaq, and on top of that, they are actually, all right, have a certificate of registration for anti-money laundering, right, in Nigeria. And furthermore to come, all right, this is definitely more jurisdiction that will be in place in the future, where we'll be able to actually uh, use in all the countries. So besides that, you get strategy partner, right? We have partners from BlackRock, okay, Saudi PIF, Public Investment Fund, Visionary Group, all right, where they actually did together with Anthropics. And least but not least, our GC Capital and GC Labs. Okay, so these are the partners that already on board with Breaks Exchange. Right, this shows the confidence in them. All right, they come and actually put money and also helping UBX to being the top five exchanger at this moment. So, what have UBX Exchange accomplished at this point of time? All right. So, first of all, UBX have more, all right, than 300,000 300,000 registered user with a daily user at least, all right, 90,000 where they have 30% out of the 300,000 registered user. And UBX, all right, actually have their following plans, the roadmap of them, where the next coming one, all right, they have the first stop in UBX Global Summit in Vietnam in January 9, 2025. And their accomplishment or the objective of these 12 months, they like to establish five new operational centers across Asia, Europe, and Middle East, launches the UBX Community Reward Program to strengthen user engagement, and also introduce NFTs and DeFi services to expand UBX token, and also UBX as a core asset. So these are the objective, all right. As we all know, we are actually in the progress. We have a magnificent product, all right, which is called UBC, right, and also a collaboration where we incubate XAI in the launchpad. So all this is actually a progress sign where it creates a huge impact because you do not see exchanges with products, all right, exchanges with community. So this is what makes UBX special or unique in sense that we do not start with affiliate or we do not start with starting number one user, starting from KOL. In fact, we actually started from leadership through our community. So we actually have the community building, all right, and I believe it will grow even bigger. And today, with this user, we actually able to have a new investors, all right, where GC Labs actually comes into the picture together with UBX to help to incubate even more potential projects that is actually coming in into Web3. Because why? It's not easy for anyone or anyhow to just join, Yes, you may create token, but not all token is an asset. So with this, we have GC Labs, all right. Their person in charge, all right, I'll put their founders, which is Mr. GC and also Mr. James. Both of them had a very, very strong past history records and also experience from their previous uh, crypto. All right. So they have actually ventured, all right, more than 100 overs business opportunity in Web3. And they are actually get to know, all right, with their past record with almost, all right, by self trading almost 60 million at the age of 21. They, with their skills and expertise, are able to identify, all right, which are the potential projects as they have been through that process where they identify over hundreds of projects at that point of time. So easily they can identify and push, all right, the market cap of the coin all the way to hundreds of millions. So for them, they can do it once, they can do it twice. Definitely, they can do it very, very frequent. And we do believe with their participation, UBX exchange, all right, will quickly launches up into top five exchange. Because why? There's almost similar, all right, exchange that use the similar way climb up to top five within short period of 5 years. Okay, and GC previously from Maxi, he had the same vision and vision that point of time when he joined Maxi, Maxi is just top 30 or top 50 at the point of time. And then with his leadership, all right, he able to manage, all right, when he left, Maxi at the time is already top 15. So I believe, all right, at least, all right, GC were able to carry us all the way to top 15, yeah, with this 1 to 2 years. And he did mention that he would like to actually to create more users, all right, in end of this year, all right, with rough range from 1 to 2 million. So hopefully with their participation, we will definitely, all right, benefit from the early access of potential projects and where we can actually reap a very good profit. From there also, it creates the value to UBX Exchange. Why everyone would like to come and participate and use UBX Exchange. So how do UC Labs create the valuation or how UC Labs will help UBX Exchange to make money? So as I mentioned just now, all right, so when they would like to participate, all right, to be getting the fund from the bank, they basically will need money, all right. From there, they will need to pay, all right, 5 to 20%, of their total raised capital, right, from their IEO, right, to the listing. Then, least but not least, once they have received the liquidity for them to progress, to upgrade, and also to further develop, all right, research and development of their business and projects, when this happen, all right, at a point of time, they will need to list, all right, their coin at the exchanger. Okay. Being said so, all right, we have the privilege to able to participate in the early time. And once it go listing, the price definitely will go up as more and more people gets to know about the project. And that time, all right, we are able to get a listing fee. Okay, so now we actually talk about participation fee and token listing fee. What is other factors do you think by launching Launchpad into UXH helps to build the UBX exchange? Haha, which is the trading. Why? Because when that point of time, everyone have that potential project coin. What do? They will trade and sell in the exchanger. So when this happen again, right, what will happen? The trading volume goes up, our transaction fee goes up. So definitely we get to generate our profit from the transaction fee. So now we have already three. What's the next one do you think? Right. For UBX Exchange, why today Big Get is so successful is because of these two factors. Number one, which is their user give back, all right, which is their launchpad. Because why? I myself have participated in Big Get's launchpad a lot, and I always talk about Big Get's launchpad because this is the key of success. It brings value to the exchange, but not only that, they also increase, all right, the value of their native coin in Big Get, which is BGB, when it went all the way to $4 plus. So it is a very huge uh I would say result, right? So when its similarities happens to UBX, what happened? UBX token also go up. Okay, why? When they do launchpad in UBX exchange, definitely you are required to have UBX token, similar with other exchanges. So whatever UBX is actually doing, they are no other the same as the other exchanger. It's just that UBX have a better run where they started off with 300,000 registered user at the point of time. So we have a very good head start, all right? And I believe with more incubation and more potential project, definitely will attract even more people to come, all right, in to use UBX Exchange. So how do UBX Exchange able to position themselves in the market? Number one, all right, Firefox AI. So basically, what it does is actually for every custodian that is in place in Ubique Exchange will be used to do Firefox trading, which is AI powered trading. So from there, you're actually generating income, all right, for the exchange for your custodian. And at the same time, once we have the return, we actually pay, all right, for the stacking that you did, all right, as a reward. So basically, this is actually exactly the same with traditional banking, where you buy and sell in the stock exchange, you actually have to pay a certain fee, right? Same right here in Ubex Exchange. Not only that, you will also have your global expansion, all right? So basically targeting institutional, retail investor, etc. So when this happen, we actually get to do our branding, all right? We get to people to know, all right, what is Ubix Exchange about. And also, all right, this also another factor where UBX Exchange get to earn monies from trading fee, from staking, lending, and wealth management. And also, all right, this actually exchanges actually able to create a huge liquidity as millions of transactions, all right, is actually occurred on the exchange. When this happen, US exchange can actually uh, receive revenue from these four factors, which is number one, which is from trading fees, all right. Number two, from listing fee, all right. Number three is for participating fee. So these are the three majors that actually help the exchanger to expand and even grow even further. So same like UBX exchange, all right, we also have our stacking, all right, our trading, all right, our community base, all right. So all these already give us a head start, right, to run. As we all know, we are actually considered a latecomer, as all the exchanges has been in the market almost 7 to 8 years, all right, and we are just starting our first year. So we actually have the advantage where we already started with 300,000 users. So this is actually a very good uh, accomplishment, all right, as we have started off. So, all right, as we all know, that UBX, all right, at this point of time, they are doing their best, all right, to accomplish. They are trying to be the top five exchange, and by believing so, because why? Exchange definitely is a right choice. It's same like you guys having the opportunity to invest in the bank. So put it a layman term, just imagine whatever bank is actually doing, it is also is doable, all right, which is currently doing by the exchange. On top of that, all right, exchange, all right, in the traditional where you go for IPO, exchange in cryptocurrency also, all right, takes this opportunity. So basically, bank, traditional banking, and traditional exchange two in one, which is current cryptocurrency exchange. So then again, let me ask you, do you think investing in UBX exchange is profitable? Yes, definitely. Because not only by trading fee, we also manage to generate profit from various ways up to from launchpad, from listing, which is these are the three important factors, right, that help exchange make money. On top of that, all right, of course, trading fee, which involves liquidity, where people who got liquidated, all right, is also part of the revenue, right, and many other various way, all right, for the exchange to actually make money. So let me ask you, all right, do you think UBX has the potential or what it takes to be top five exchange? Definitely yes. So why I say yes? Because they already saw the footstep of past previous exchange that they did the same thing, and UBX and doing the best it can, all right, to definitely do more launchpad, all right, where it increases so many factors from user, from trading, all right, from stacking, and so the reason why, all right, why so many people look this opportunity, for example, like GC, all right, like GC Labs, like Mr. Johnson, all right, what do they see? All right, these are the things that you guys can consider because why, when they see this opportunity for they themselves at that point of position, all right, when they see this opportunity, what are we waiting for? Definitely come and join UBX Exchange. So this is all right, for me to share with you guys why exchange, all right, will be the next industry, all right, the next future big thing, because exchange is actually similar like traditional bank, all right, where they are just decentralized. It creates a safer, right, as we do not need to go through so many banking systems. Right, so this makes this exchange a bit unique, right? It's actually to solve or to run away from the traditional banking, and not only that, all right, it also helps, all right, to get projects that is potential to be listed. Normally, all right, bank and exchange are separate, but in cryptocurrency, both of them are actually together. So two birds with one stone, definitely exchange will create a very profitable as long as we have the community users constantly coming in to use, and that is the very important factor. Okay, for those of you that have joined me for today, thank you so much for joining me for my podcast today. And my name is Victor, and I'm signing out. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Good night.